Good evening, and this is WTSQ LP 88.1 in Charleston.
And WWSA 96.9 in St. Albans.
With studios in the beautiful Union Building,
with
16 flights up.
With lots of steps.
With the elevator out.
And this is the Musician's Edition.
Roger Rabelais with
Larry Hoskins.
And our guest tonight is Jeremy Short. We got it. Homemade music right here on WTSQ.
As we do every Tuesday.
Yes, indeed. The Musician's Edition with Roger and Larry. And our guest tonight, Larry,
is Jeremy Short of Short & Company.
Well, he certainly
and
wouldn't
need
be,
to get your mic turned up
company.
Try again there.
Hi, guys.
There we go.
Yo.
Yeah, you're out on your own now with your own band. You're in charge. You get all credit and all the blame.
Short & Company.
Well, yeah, mostly the blame.
Mostly the blame.
Mostly the blame.
That's the way it usually works, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm learning.
Well, Jeremy, I first knew you were in a band before you was in the Magnolias, but I don't think I ever got to see that. But I first saw you with Sasha and the Magnolias a number of years back. How long were you with? You were one of the original ones, weren't you? With
I was with her. Well, I've known Sasha since at least 2005.
Okay.
And I started playing music with her in 2010.
Okay.
And we still play together.
Right.
As far as that goes, we've got shows booked this year.
As Short and Sassy?
Yeah, well, that's the Magnolias, actually.
Oh, it's the Magnolias. Yeah. Oh, it's with the whole band, not just you and her as a duet.
Still go out and do that. Yeah.
I wonder if she'll have the baby on her side as she's up there on stage.
I hope so.
I think that'd be great, wouldn't you?
That's a great education.
You were there, have Mike out in the audience holding the little girl.
Yeah, that's a new element to that. Yeah.
You have her on tambourine in a few days, you know.
Probably.
Oh, in a few days, heck.
She'll be singing harmony before you know it.
She's probably singing harmony now.
That's right.
Man.
But Jeremy, it's good to have you in here, and like I said, you've got a new CD coming out. You're actually going to be playing at the Glass this Thursday for sort of like a CD party, or
I guess it might as well be Charleston, the CD release party.
Because you did one at the V. Was it the V Club?
We did one at the V Club, and we were at the Burl in Lexington, Kentucky, the night before that.
So this will be the third one for a different. Wow.
Yeah.
So you are keeping busy now.
Yeah, we're staying busy. We're hitting down, running down some dates. We'll be in, like you said, Charleston. Well, here in town this Thursday at the Glass. Then Lewisburg the night after at Hill and Holler. Then taking a week off. But we got some more stuff coming up after that if you want to check out the website, shortandcompanymusic.com.
And you're also on Facebook, too, I believe.
That's right.
So I got a question for you. What is in the water in eastern Kentucky that makes so much great music come out of there?
That's a good question. It's there.
It's got to be something in the water. I mean,
There's something there.
I mean, besides you and Sasha, there's Holly Forbes, Tyler Childers,
Yeah.
Sturgill Simpson. He's actually from the same place you're from.
That's right, yeah.
Jackson.
That's right.
Chris Stapleton, Ricky Skaggs, Keith Whitley, Daryl Scott, Patty Lovelace, Tom T. Hall.
It goes on.
It keeps going.
Yeah.
That's just the ones
Yeah.
I think of off the
That's
top
just
of my
a few.
head.
Richie Collins.
Richie, of course, Richie Collins. Got to include Richie in there, don't we? But the Judds, another one.
Yeah. Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just keeps going. But
Patty Lovelace.
there is something unique about, and I wonder if a lot of, I know church is a big thing.
Church was there.
And I think there is a lot that comes from, you hear a lot in a lot of the songs of the people from there too, that you can almost tell the ones that's had a church upbringing.
You're right.
And
You're right.
it shows up in their music.
Yeah, well, my grandfather was a preacher, so I was in church as far back as I can remember.
Right.
And that was easily, if I'm thinking about it, that had to be some of the first music I ever heard. With my grandmother playing piano in church and everybody singing the hymns.
Well, I was telling you before the show, my dad's family is from down in that southeastern part of Kentucky, and his brother was a preacher at a little church out in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
you know. And I remember anytime we went down there, anytime they had church in, we always went to church with them, you know.
Exactly.
And that's, you know, I think a lot of people have their introduction to music is through church and everything. And of course, there's big bluegrass, and then you got everybody's. I don't know, just a lot of great music coming out of Kentucky right now.
Bluegrass was around too. My grandfather, in addition to being a pastor, he was I guess philanthropist would have been his title. He did a little bit of everything. He was a pastor and he was a general manager at a radio station and played bluegrass gospel. And I remember hearing bluegrass from a very young age and hearing those harmonies, and that stuck with me forever.
Right.
Absolutely.
What, as far as with the music, what are some of the influences for you, other than, of course, church and bluegrass? I mean, when you started getting a little older and you started, was it, what type of music were you listening to as a teenager?
Man, at first it was whatever I could find on the radio before I was a teenager. I was a big fan of just turning the knobs on the radio and finding what I liked.
I miss that myself.
I know.
You can't do that anymore with these digital tuners,
No.
you know.
Well, you can hit a button.
Yeah.
And, you know, tune it that way on your radio, on your streamer.
But then
device.
there's that silence before the station comes in, and you got each time it's
it's not the same.
Can't ride the rails like you did before.
No, it's a lot different. From this is just 20 years ago.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
just
Well, I remember. I mean, it's the way I learned how to play guitar was listening to a radio, and you just hope that the song comes on again that you
Exactly.
you're trying to figure out the chords to. You know.
yeah. I remember listening to the radio with my finger over the record button on my tape player, waiting for that song I wanted to hear to come on.
Yeah, that was big time when you got that first cassette recorder, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. You had your dual recorder. You could sync tapes.
Right.
You know, high-speed dubbing, I think they called it.
Yeah. That was good old times, weren't they?
The good old days.
So with your songwriting, when did you start writing songs?
Oh, that came a lot later.
Did it?
I focused on guitar for the longest time. I thought I was going to be a guitar player in somebody's band. I thought that's what I was going to do. And then, you know, I started thinking that, you know, I like to sing, you know, and I've got stuff to say. I might as well write it down and put it out there for people to hear.
All right.
And really, this just came about within the last 10 years, within the last 7 to 8 years.
Right.
More accurately, I would say.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 31 years old.
31? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still a young pup.
Yeah.
You got a long time to go. Catch up with me and Roger.
I hope
Indeed.
so. Make it up the stairs here one day, I hope.
Hey, I count every one of those steps.
How many were there, Roger?
I'm still counting.
That's an easy 16 flights.
Has to be.
It is. It's the 8th floor, and there's 2 flights. I do know that much per floor. So I think you clear the first 2 floors with the first long flight, though.
Well, that's true. Well, why don't you start us off with a song here?
I can do that. Let's see. We'll do one from the record we got out. Well, this is one called Set in Her Ways, about them hard-headed women.
Jeremy Short is on the Musicians Edition tonight.
woman of my own. She's so set in her ways, you'd think her head was made of stone. When she's right, she's right. When she's wrong, she's right too. Anybody's trying to tell her different, but if I pity you, I got a hard-headed woman of my own. She's so set in her ways, you'd think her head was made of stone. And cleans up nice. Anybody trying to step on her toes surely pay the price. Got a hard-headed woman of my own. She's so set in her ways, now you think her head was made of stone. She cooks my meals and cleans the house, but don't let that fool you into thinking she's a mouse. She'll get it all done, both day and night. Anybody trying to step on her toes, surely see her might. Got a hard-headed woman of my own. She's so set in her ways, you think her head was made of stone. She's so set in her ways, you'd think her head was made of stone. She's so set in her ways, you'd think her head was made of stone.
You've been holding out on me, Larry. What was that first note again? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, when I told Roger I had you, he's like, I don't know if I know Jeremy. I was like, he plays the Magnolias.
Yeah, we were talking about 3 Jeremys in one conversation that day.
No doubt. There's a few of us.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jeremys out there, it seems like. But no, quick question. I mean, that song isn't about Danny, is it?
It might be.
Danny, of course, is your girlfriend is in here in the studio with us tonight, and I was thinking about that. I was like, should he really be playing that song with her? And but no, that's a great tune, man. The other thing I noticed on that I didn't know, because I'd originally got the digital download from Michelle, that I brought in here to the station. Then when you gave me the CD a little bit ago, that you actually wrote one of the songs with Sasha Collette on there too.
That's right, yeah.
And I didn't realize that. So
right, Sasha Collette and Steve Barker.
Yeah, not to leave him out or anything,
right,
but yeah.
Right.
But that's pretty cool. And of course, you did this your new CD. It's of course going to be available at your website and all that stuff. I'm sure. And
it's currently out now. You can purchase it from the website, and you come buy it at the shows. Come on out and see us.
It'll be Thursday at the Glass. Yeah.
Yep.
So. And the other thing, too, is you recorded this here locally here. You recorded it with Aaron Fisher.
That's right.
Fishbowl Records, which there's a lot of people seem to be heading up that way, up towards this mill. Yeah.
I love Aaron. Love Aaron Fisher. I love Ghost Fleet.
Yeah.
I love his music, and I love his work that he does with the bands in the area. He's just a lot of diverse.
Yep.
It's a very diverse portfolio he's got there.
It really is. He's a very extremely talented guy.
Yes, he is.
Well, I'll tell you what, do you want to play one off of the CD? Anyone in particular you'd like for people to hear what the CD sound like that Aaron's done here?
Yeah, let's start with the single, if we will. The single we got out right now is If the Spirit Moves You. So.
Okay, let's see here. See if I got it. Might be easier if I just stick the CD player.
Call in and request it.
Call in. And it's a really cool CD, too, because you open it up, and the CD looks like a record, and it looks like it's on a record player.
Jeremy, and Larry too. I got to say, people will be able to see you on this show now. We're doing these streams with Eric Meadows and company, and I tell you, if you're not able to see the stream, there are some guys out there we know who'd love to have you, because Man, that's a great handlebar you got there.
Thank you.
And
We got some guys that come in on about twice a year with the barbershoppers that, man, you'd fit right in visually.
I love it.
And the with this CD too, and this let's see. Oh, there we go. If I queued up there,
There
if the
it
spirit
is.
moves you, and tell us about this song. Is this?
Yeah, well, it's just a song about letting go for a minute, forgetting about the things that are bothering you and the things that have been on your mind all day when you're at your job, slaving away for the boss. You might go out and you might have a good time, and that's not a bad thing.
Not at all. Here is If the Spirit Moves You, the title cut from Jeremy or Short & Company's CD.
I've seen you dancing like you got something to say. Baby, if the spirit moves you, come and dance my way. The way the stage lights hit you, the way you toss your head, gets the boys all going, no matter what you wear. Ooh, there's just something about you, pierces straight to my soul. Makes having you, honey, Lord, my only goal. I know you know just how to get your way. Baby, if the spirit moves you, come and dance my way. Oh, loving you, honey, it's a forever endeavor. Oh, loving you, honey, woo, nothing sounds better. Baby, if the spirit moves you, you gotta let them hips sway. If the spirit moves you, ooh, come and dance my way.
And we are back. Oh, I sort of got the end of it there, didn't I? Oh, well, I'm sorry about that.
I think it's got a life of its own all of a sudden.
Awesome.
Those CD players that do that
That's
sometimes.
the title cut from Short & Company's new CD that just came out, Lost in a Spin. You've, like I said, you've got your website. You're also on Facebook and we're actually streaming. You know, if you want to tell, you're actually streaming from your Facebook page. Is it the Short & Company?
We're streaming on the Short & Company page right now.
So if anybody out there is
right.
listening, if they got their Facebook around, look up Short & Company, and you actually see us live in the studio here at WTSQ. As far as another story, I don't know if you want to talk about, but your childhood, your dad was he like a drummer, like a rock and roll drummer, or played?
My father was. I didn't know him very well when I was younger. I got to know him later. We're good friends right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
But and I love him. But he was a really good drummer. My grandmother played piano. My great grandmother played piano. My uncle played piano. So that was all around me when I was a little kid, for sure.
Do you play piano?
I play a little. I'm not very good at it.
I play piano like a guitar player. I think of the notes of the chords, and I figure out what the notes on the piano.
Yeah, I figured out some guitar licks on piano.
Yeah, that's about the way I feel about it.
Like a big nerd.
Yeah.
But, no, we all sang around my house too. My grandfather would sing doxology. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. And right before Sunday dinner, in lieu of a prayer. And I would go to my friend's house and they would just pray before Sunday dinner.
And you said, "What's going on here?"
And I thought that was weird.
Hey, what's wrong here?
Yeah. Are you not going to sing? What's up with that?
Yeah. With your CD and what you've written and everything, how does it feel to be in your own band now versus? I mean, is it totally different as far as like just being a side guy?
It's a learning experience. Yeah, it's a learning curve for sure. It's fun. I wouldn't do anything different right now, for sure. It's nothing I expected, that's for sure. I didn't know what to expect when you're getting right down to it, but yeah.
How long has it been going now with the band?
With the band, it's been going for coming on 2 years now.
Great.
Yeah, we got some new guys right now. We got John Clay on drums, who just came back from a around the world tour with Coulter Wall, and has done some other stuff with Nick Dittmeyer and the Sawdusters and couple other local bands around the area. He's an amazing drummer. Got one of the best feels I've ever heard for a drummer, just playing in a band with him. And sings great harmonies too. And then we got a guy joining us on bass named Amos Hopkins from the Louisville area. Wonderful bass player. Happy to have him around.
What do you want to be doing in another 5 years? Do you want to be playing music?
I hope I'm doing this.
Yeah, just keep on doing it.
I hope I'm walking up 16 flights of stairs to make it to an interview.
If that's what it takes, right?
Yeah. I hope I'm celebrating the 5-year anniversary. You asked me that question.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll invite you back in 5 years, and we'll ask you that question, okay?
We'll be moved to the 19th floor by then, though.
Well,
we're building on top.
Some of the other songs that are on this CD that I really liked, I mean, one of my favorites, too, is also Full-Bodied Redhead.
Yeah.
I think that's a great song. Fast Eddie's good. I mean, they're all great. Can you play us another one on your guitar off of there?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't care.
We can do that.
Whatever you want to do.
No, fine. You mentioned Full-Bodied Redhead. We'll pull that one up here.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
All right. You're in tune to the Musicians Edition. Our guest tonight is Jeremy Short with Short & Company.
They say behind good men that a woman, she does stand. But mine I wear strapped round my front and I play her with my hands. I made mistakes, left marks and scars on the surface of her shine. Little reminders that I wish weren't the fault of mine. A full-bodied redhead with a temper you'd expect. She loves the feel of my fingers running down her neck. I've tried to stay away, spend our time apart, but it never seems to last too long. She's the owner of my heart. Oh, I took her down to Memphis, across the streets of Beale. She played, I sang, and before we quit, well, she swung and chipped my grill. We fight, Lord, we disagree, as couples they all do. But when it comes to troubled times, she's the one I run back to. Lord, a full-bodied redhead with a temper you'd expect. She loves the feel of my fingers running down her neck. We tried to stay away, spend our time apart. Ooh, but it never seems to last too long. She's the owner of my heart. I'll admit I like to push it, build up tension and release. But if I take it too far, she'll up and break the stride. We're destined to be lovers, our fate is sealed, you see, to walk through life without a full-bodied redhead with the temper you'd expect. She loves the feel of my fingers running down her neck. We tried to stay away, spend our time apart, but it never seems to last too long. She's the owner of my heart. She's the owner of my heart. She's the owner of my heart.
On WTSQ, Jeremy Short. That song has almost a bit of a blues sound to it.
It's there, yeah.
And which is a good segue into something else I was going to talk to you about. The Blues International Challenge is what it's called. You've actually been there twice now.
Right, yeah.
In 2016, 2017, wasn't it?
Yep, down in Memphis, that's right.
Tell us about going down there for that. I mean, you're talking about people from all over the world coming down there to...
all over the world.
And I guess they call it a challenge, but it's really, I mean, is it really actually a winner? I guess an overall winner, or is it just?
There is, you know, but really everybody that's there is a winner.
Right.
It's the thing. It's the thing about it, and everybody that's there is getting great career exposure, and exposure to an education that they would have never had access to had they not gone through these channels.
And for people who don't understand what it's about, there's like local chapters of...
right. It's the Blues Foundation.
The Blues Foundation. There's Of course, there's one in Huntington, I know, and there's one up in Pittsburgh. And
Marietta, I believe, has one.
Mm-hmm. Did you qualify through Huntington, I guess?
I did Huntington 2 years in a row.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of them around here did that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony Hara did that this year and the year before.
Chris Sutton, I think.
Chris Sutton's done it. He's done that several times.
Yeah. Charlie Barath, he's from up around Pennsylvania.
Charlie Barath. Love that guy.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
Harp player. Been wanting to get him on the show. Just trying to get him and Chris on the show. I think that would be a great show.
Barath is a funny guy.
He is.
I love him. Yeah.
Great guy. And to do this, it's actually like a whole week thing, isn't it? When you go down there,
basically, yeah. You spend the whole week there, and
and you play in different venues around too. Like you don't play just one time and that's it. You go and you play different venues. And
I think there's 4 nights of playing altogether, from what I recall. There's 2 nights of quarterfinals, then semifinals, and then the finals.
Okay.
And 2 nights of your semifinals, you're in the same venue, but it's different judges every single night.
Right.
So you're not in front of the same people every night judging you, for the two nights in a row.
But so you couldn't go this year, but you could qualify to go next year because you can only go 2 years in a row, from what I understand.
Right. Those are the rules.
So well, people in Huntington, watch out. Jeremy's heading your way for.
Well,
but can you also enter as a duo or a single?
Yeah. Well, you've got the solo duo category, which you can do either or, and then you've got the band category.
Mm-hmm. So could you go back again as a band and then?
I probably technically could have this year. I probably technically could have done a band this year if I thought about it.
Push it. Yeah, you'll get it.
Yeah.
When did you finish up your CD? How long has it been in the works?
It's been in the can for, oh my goodness, I don't recall. I believe. Yeah, we're talking about a year ago.
About a year ago?
Probably about last April or May, I believe, is when we were about finishing up tracking it.
Yeah, and who did the mastering on it? Did you send it away to?
A guy named Colt Caparoon. He does some fine work out of Nashville. Among the more impressive names are St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
Yeah.
With stuff that he had done some stuff for recently. It came out sounding excellent. Was absolutely pleased with the way it sounds.
Great sound to it, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to give Aaron some credit on that, too.
Absolutely. He did the lion's share of just getting everything the way it needed to be, for sure.
Did Aaron play anything on it, or he just did just the sound recording?
He helmed the soundboard and said, do that better.
You could do better, right?
Yeah. He was emotional support.
How do you like being in a 3-piece band versus a full band, like either with Magnolias or your first band?
It's all something different.
Yeah.
It's all presents its own unique challenge of how am I going to fill up this space that's not previously occupied, because you got one less person.
Right, or 2 or 3 or however many.
2 or 3 or how many ever you got there.
But on the plus side, the money divides up a lot better by 3 than by 4 or 5.
A little bit. Yeah.
That's the real plus side, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's all that. There's that aspect of it. That's cool. But I like playing in a 3-piece. That's what I've done for a long time. It's kind of my comfort zone as far as being a front person.
Yeah.
You know, when I've been a front person before, I've had just a bass player and a drummer. That feels easier to me.
Right.
As far as arranging the songs, I give them credit to do it, or free reign to do what they like to do.
Well, you sure seem to do okay by yourself on the guitar. So that's if you can do it that way, it's all the better.
We make a lot of noise.
Oh, you sound great, man.
Thank you.
With
Done good, Larry.
Well, no, I just been wanting to Jeremy for a long. In fact, the last time I saw Sasha, I'm like, get hold of Jeremy and tell him to get in touch with me. I really want to have him on the show.
Yeah, I remember her telling me that.
Yeah.
We've been trying to put this together for a while.
It's been a little while.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The other thing too, I just wanted to talk to you about is it gets back to the blues thing down there in Memphis. That's one of the places I have never been yet that I really want to go.
No doubt.
I mean, I've been to all these other great, like New Orleans and stuff like that, but I've never made it to Memphis, and that's sort of on my bucket list of places to go.
It's a happening place. Yeah, that's where Elvis lived. I mean, come on, among a million other things, you got Stax Records there, and various other recording outlets.
Sun Records, yeah.
And,
the other thing too, I mean, that's back in the '60s. That was another one of my favorite things too, was Stax Records, and the music came out of Stax Records with Steve Cropper and all them. That was just great stuff.
That's some of my favorite stuff of all time. Yeah.
Well, you want us to play another one off the CD here?
Yeah, let's get another one off the CD.
Anyone in particular you'd want us to play?
No, surprise me, Mr. DJ.
How about Fast Eddie?
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
And this is Short Company off their new CD called Lost in a Spin. And this is cut number 1, although it's not the title cut.
Well, the words are in there. I believe, that's actually where the title comes from, is Fast Eddie.
Okay, well, okay. Okay, it makes sense.
It's got the phrase "lost in a spin" in there.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Fast Eddie's in rehab again. Back to the place he's always been. Been popping so much and eating fenugreek. Hoping the world will get lost in a spin. He tried to pull his act together, take those strings and lace them up straight. Hate and jealousy, they got found again. This time old Ed was too late. That's why now Fast Eddie's in rehab again. Back to the place he's always been. Been popping so much and eating fenugreek. Hoping the world will get lost in a spin. Kids that can't remember times that hadn't been so strange. Last time they saw him, he was spinning cartwheels and begging for his change. And that's why now Fast Eddie's in rehab again. Back to the place he's always been. Been popping soda and eating fenugreek. Hoping the world will get lost in a spin.
From the CD, the new CD from Jeremy Short and Short and Company. The name of that one was
Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie. Great stuff.
Figure out where my mic is. I'm using a different mic tonight, so I keep wanting to turn up the other one I usually use. Anyway, this is WTSQ. We are Charleston's community radio station, and we are also broadcasting tonight, simulcasting on WWSALP 96.9 in St. Albans. And we have some great underwriters that help keep the lights on here, help us do what we do here to bring live music to the airwaves and to Charleston and around the world at WTSQ.org. And we like to support our underwriters. We hope that you do too. And we're going to play a few underwriting spots right now.
Support for WTSQ is provided by Montani Mechanical Group. Plumbing, heating, cooling, refrigeration, and electrical services. More information regarding everything they offer is available at montanimg.com and by calling 304-410-0239. Support for WTSQ comes from Lola's Pizza, a quaint cottage eatery serving Neapolitan-style pizza prepared in a stone hearth oven and serving wine and craft beers. Offering lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday with brunch on Saturday and Sunday. Located at 1038 Bridge Road in Charleston and at lolaswv.com.
Support for WTSQ comes from Link, a new mobile app that connects you with a ride. The Link smartphone app can book, track, and pay for your next local ride. App available as Link Transportation on Apple App Store or Google Play.
Support and underwriting for WTSQ is provided by First Choice Services, which helps people sign up for health insurance through the health insurance marketplace. Information on services and programs is available at 844-WV-CARES or at firstchoiceservices.org.
And if you'd like to become an underwriter or help support Charleston's community radio station, you can always write info@WTSQ.org. You could give us a call during business hours, 304-345-5126. We're in the studio here on Musicians Edition with Jeremy Short. And we're going to make him play some more songs, I think. Don't you think so, Roger?
I think that's a good idea. That's what we're here for.
That's what we love playing your CDs, but we really love live music. Well, yeah. That's what it's all about.
That's it.
That's
man.
the format. You see, we just start and we finish.
Because to me, you could always tell so much more about somebody when it's just their voice and the guitar.
That's the bare bones of it.
It's the bare bones, and that's where you really tell how good somebody is or how what they really got.
Yeah, that's how we like to see a lot of our favorite performers, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
Absolutely. I remember seeing Randy Newman a couple years back, and it was just him and his piano.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best shows I've ever been to.
Somebody along those lines was Jesse Winchester. I saw him down in New Orleans, and it's just him and a guitar. He even got, I don't know, something was going on with the monitor, and he just told the sound guys, like, just turn that thing off. I don't need it. But he held the whole crowd there. I mean, they were just silent. I mean, he could hold a crowd with just his voice and guitar and his songs, and it's a great loss. I mean, for him to pass away and stuff. But such a great
storyteller extraordinaire.
So what do you want to play for us now?
We'll do another cut from the record. This is one called "Ain't That Workin'."
Jeremy Short is our guest on the Musicians Edition tonight.
Working 9 to 5 down at the local chicken shack. Work a poor boy to death, ain't that a fact, Jack? I support myself, Lord, I pays my rent. By the time I pay my bills, I ain't got a dang thing left. Ain't that working? That working? Said you work your hands to the bone. Well, you give all you got till it's gone. Ain't that working? Oh, boy, I listen to the boss man telling me how to pick up the slack. Say you the same clock I'm looking at. Always saying go do this. Boy, once you go do that, brother, if I ever get out of here, you can bet I won't be back. Ain't that working? Hey, ain't that working? Well, you work your hands to the bone. Yeah, give all you got till it's gone. Ain't that working? Yeah. Ain't that working? Well, you work your hands to the bone. Ooh, give all you got till it's gone. Ain't that working? Yeah.
We be working. Wow, that's great, man. Oh, wow.
Also, that's a great move getting your slide out there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was like,
Thank you.
I was like, I know what he's doing.
We saw that, yeah.
That's pill bottle too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's old.
Course Heating,
Those
huh?
are the old pill bottles. Yeah.
Old Course Heating bottle.
Yeah.
Those are hard to find now.
Those are basically impossible to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed you played with the pick once, but do you prefer playing with your fingers, or do you
I go
just
back and forth.
Just keep going back and forth, feeling what you're doing?
It's hard. There's some stuff that calls for a pick that sounds better, and then there's some stuff that just sounds better with my fingers.
Yeah.
You know, you go back and forth.
Well, as far as playing slide, or the same thing apply?
It's got to be with my fingers.
Got to be with your fingers playing slide.
Can't do it with a pick. It's for the the what you call dampen the strings, kind of muting the strings, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using my other fingers here, my thumb and ring fingers and forefingers. Because if you didn't, it would just sound like that all the time.
Maybe that's why I never was any good at playing slide.
Yeah, well, it was something to get used to.
Yeah.
And now I can't do it any other way, for sure.
Well, like I said, we still got a little bit of time here, about 15 minutes or so.
Cool.
Do you want to let's do another one off the CD? I don't want people to hear this CD too.
Let's do that one.
Because
yeah.
And then give you a little break, and maybe have you play another one or two when we come back from here.
We can do that.
Anything in particular?
Let's hear Road Call.
Roll.
I like Road Call.
Road Call.
Yeah.
Road Call. Let's see here.
I was real happy with the way the guitar playing turned out on that one. It's one of my favorites.
Road Call. What track is that?
It's on there. Let me see here.
It's in there. It's in there somewhere.
I'm missing it.
I should know this, right? Number 6.
6. Okay. We got it.
Short and Company is the CD. Jeremy Short is our guest. On the Musician's Edition, this is WTSQ LP 88.1 in Charleston.
Strap up them bootlaces and fill my coffee cup. Gonna walk right out the door when the morning sun comes up. 'Cause I hear the road calling out my name. And I know if I don't listen, things will never be the same. Every now and then I can settle Well, before I know it, my feet start moving to another town. I hear the road calling, calling out my name. And I know if I don't listen, things will never be the same. Could find me a pretty lady, fall in love and focus on my hair. But I know, yes I know, that I'd only be fooling myself. 'Cause I hear that road calling, calling out my name. Yes, I know if I don't listen, things will never be the same. Yeah. Who knows where I'm going? Hopefully everywhere. Who knows if when I get back, if that woman would even care? 'Cause I hear the road calling, calling out my name. My name. Yeah, I know if I don't listen, things will never be the same.
Road Call from Jeremy, or I keep wanting to say Jeremy, but it's Shorten Companies. I don't know why I keep wanting to say it that way, but I have Jeremy Shorter here in the studio with us on Musicians Edition. Lost in a Spin is the name of the CD that's just come out. Going to be playing at the
Where can
Empty
we get
Glass.
this CD? Where can people get it?
You can buy the CD from shortandcompanymusic.com.
Okay.
Go buy it off of that. I believe we have the information on there. And you can come see us at the shows.
Great.
We'll be at the Empty Glass this Thursday, like we keep telling you.
Cool.
So, yeah, come out to the shows. Come see us. We'll hook you up.
Is it on like iTunes and the digital stuff yet?
We're working on that.
it?
Working towards that, for sure.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, too, to get it out there. Get it to people. So many people don't. That's the only way to get their music anymore, you know?
I know. Well, that's the way most people do. Yeah, absolutely.
Also, before I forget about, I want to give a shout out to Kiwi and Michelle Hanks for hooking us up and getting you in here because, and Ian, gotta give Ian some props here because he's doing so much for so many musicians down in the Huntington area.
Yeah, he's working.
And Michelle's doing a great job with all the digital stuff and. Like I said, Kiwi's the one that actually forwarded my email and got us in touch together. So, but yeah, there's a lot of great people. There's more than just you getting out there and playing music that's doing it. There's a lot of people that's really helping.
The work goes on behind the scenes, and it's absolutely 100% essential to the operation. Those guys work overtime and couldn't be happier with what's going on right now and the way they're doing. We love it.
And I say, what is the Huntington music fest thing coming up. Is that it's like is that in August?
HMAF is in, I believe it's in September.
September, okay.
It's in September. I've got it in my calendar here. Give me a second here. Let me pull that up for you.
I guess you're going to be playing there this year too, I guess?
Absolutely, yeah. HMAF, yeah, I've got it here for September 1st. And that goes on, that's a whole week worth of events there in Huntington.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a great event down there that they do.
Oh,
and
it's wonderful.
Pours so much into that.
Yeah, he pours a lot of himself into that for sure.
What made me think about that too was on your website. I was looking at your videos the other day, and there's this one video from, I think it was from 2011, where you're on stage with a short-haired, red-headed kid with a bow tie.
Oh yeah, that kid.
That kid.
That kid. I hear
he don't look that way anymore, does he?
I hear he's doing well for himself.
He's doing pretty good. Talking about Tyler Childers.
Love him.
But he sounded the same. He really sounded the same then.
He sounded exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, arguably has gotten better. You know what I mean? Not that he was bad before, but he sounded great then. But he's just continued to, you know, grow as an artist and a musician.
Was that just like a one-time thing where you played with him, or did you do like any regular playing with him?
Well, I've jammed with him a time or two. He's asked me to step up and, you know, play a few songs with him every now and again when we see each other at gigs. But I've never played with him on the regular.
As far as on a regular basis,
nothing like that.
Yeah. And there's also another video of you out there with you and Sasha and Tyler I've seen before too.
Grinning in your face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We used to do that one back when the original Magnolias were out doing our thing. And Tyler was making his way up through there, and we were playing a lot of shows with Tyler. We'd always get him up and do that one. That was always fun.
Yeah. He's I've been trying to work on getting him, but I think he may just be too big for my little radio station now.
I don't know about that. I think he can. I think he'd love to come here.
We've been dropping hints for, well, been on there almost 3 years.
I need to work on that a little bit more.
We need to resume those efforts
and stuff. And but you know, at the same time, the way I feel about Tyler. I mean, I'd love to have him up here and all that, but at the same time, he's on the road so much, and
he's
the time
a busy guy.
And when he's not on the road, he deserves some time off. But
exactly.
I mean, you know, maybe but I'd still like to have him on the radio show at some point.
Exactly. Now he's working his butt off. That's for sure, man.
He's doing what he wants to do.
It's beautiful.
It is.
It's beautiful to see.
Well, like I said, we've got about 5 minutes. You want to do another quick song, and then we'll get out of here?
Please do, yeah.
We'll give you another quick song here. This one ain't on the record.
Time just flies when you're having fun, though. I mean,
it does. It doesn't feel like it's been an hour.
No, it really doesn't.
No, those 16 flights of stairs feels like yesterday.
They're easier going down, too, by the way.
That's what they tell me. That's what they all say.
You've been up and down 3 times tonight already.
Yeah, I've already been up and down 3 times, so yeah.
Our guest tonight on the Musicians Edition has been and is, as we still speak, for another few minutes, Jeremy Short. His band is Short and Company. Look for it around here. They'll be at the Empty Glass this coming Thursday night, and he's right here, right now.
Thank you. This is a song called The River, and I was trying to find my way back home musically, so to speak, with this song. Here we go. These mountains are my home, I've been here all my life. She gives me what I need and I need not ask her why. And now the river, she's been flowing since before my time. Tells me where I'm going, leads me down the line. Let it flow on down to the mountainside. The ancient river flowing, she reaches far and wide. When they lay my body down in that cold hard ground, bury me by my mother, my family all around. So let that river take you wherever you may roam. Try and love your brother, let this world be your home. Let it flow on down to the mountainside. The ancient river flowing, she reaches far and wide. Take it down, down to the mountainside. Down to the still that's burning with sour mash and rye. Let him grow towards the sun and sky. All the pretty yellow flowers, let them grow tall and high. Now I know, yes I know, someday we must die. But while your fire is burning, little darling, don't you cry. Let it flow on down to the mountainside. The ancient river flowing, she reaches far and wide. Take it down, down to the mountainside. Down to the steel that's burning with sour mash and rye. Yeah, down to the steel that's burning with sour mash and rye.
Very refreshing hour it has been, Jeremy. Great stuff.
Thank you.
Well, Jeremy, thanks for coming in. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll honor us with coming back in the future.
Would love to. Love to.
I just can't think of anything that we've had more unique than you in quite a while.
I appreciate it.
It's great. It's great. It's like people will be out there saying to other people, you remind me of Jeremy Short. And because I can't say that you sound like anybody but yourself. It's great.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, Jeremy, like I said, thank you again. And Glass this Thursday.
That's right. Yeah.
Pick up a CD.
That empty glass
website,
gonna be full.
Short and Company Music is the website.
shortandcompanymusic.com.
And we're going to get out of here. And,
what time do you get started down there?
I'd say that
probably around 10 usually is what they
get. By the time they start there. That sounds
cool.
Right.
Well, we're going to get getting out of here. And up next is Ray Whiting. Also, before we get to Ray Whiting, let's talk about what's coming up next week. Next week is Josh Pantry Christian's going to be on our show.
He's back.
On Musicians Edition. And, of course, Ray Whiting coming up next with Soulful Sessions here on WTSQ LP 88.1 in Charleston.
And WWSA 96.9 LP. Let me start over. WWSA LP 96.9 in St. Albans also.
And worldwide at WTSQ.org.